You won't believe what just went down backstage at Love and Hip Hop. Fans are still in shock, and the footage, if it ever sees the light of day, could change everything we thought we knew about the cast. Tensions were running higher than ever, and emotions? Absolutely explosive. Sources say one of the most unexpected cast members stormed out in tears, while another was allegedly screaming so loud that production staff rushed to intervene. Rumors are swirling, and we're hearing whispers of secret alliances, betrayals, and confessions that could tear the group apart. It all started innocently enough, or so everyone thought. The cast gathered for what was supposed to be a celebratory photo shoot, but the atmosphere was anything but celebratory. Insiders tell us that one shocking revelation came to light, something that fans never saw coming, sending shockwaves through friendships and even romantic relationships on the show. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing, one eyewitness reportedly said. You could literally feel the tension in the air. People were gasping, some were crying, and some just stared in disbelief, and that's not even the half of it. One cast member, who has always been known as the calm, collected voice of reason, apparently snapped in a way no one expected. Words were exchanged, accusations were thrown, and what started as a whisper backstage escalated into a full-blown confrontation that had cameras scrambling to catch every moment. Fans watching at home are already debating online, was this a stunt, or did we just witness something that could change the dynamics of the show forever? But here's the real kicker: what triggered this chaos was completely personal. Secrets that were thought to be buried for good came back to the surface, exposing shocking truths, hidden relationships, and betrayals that left the family divided. People who once seemed inseparable are now on the brink of a permanent fallout, and the ripple effects are only beginning to unfold. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, we're going to take you backstage, right into the heart of the drama. From heated confrontations to jaw-dropping confessions, this is the moment that fans will be talking about for weeks, maybe even months. If you thought you knew the cast, think again. The backstage chaos of Love and Hip Hop just redefined drama, and you're about to witness it all. Backstage at Love and Hip Hop, the tension was palpable. You could feel it in the air, thick like smoke, the kind that makes every conversation sound like a threat. Cameras were rolling, but they couldn't capture the real story, what was really happening behind closed curtains. Sources say the night started like any other. The cast gathered for a group photo, drinks in hand, laughter forced, smiles painted on faces that barely masked the storm brewing underneath. Jasmine, who had been unusually quiet lately, was glaring at Rashida from across the room. No one knew why at first. Kirk tried to break the ice, cracking a joke about rehearsal schedules, but it fell flat. Rashida, sensing the tension, shot back a sharp remark about priorities. Maybe some of us actually show up prepared, she said, her tone icy, her eyes narrowing. The room went silent, cameras captured the awkward pause, but insiders say the real drama hadn't even started yet. Then it happened. Yandy, who had been scrolling through her phone, suddenly slammed it down on the counter. I can't even with this right now, she yelled, storming towards Jasmine. You think you can just act like nothing happened? After everything? Fans at home would have been screaming along if they could hear it live. Emotions ran high. Some crew members tried to step in, but Yandy wasn't having it. Don't touch me, she shouted at the nearest producer, who barely dodged the swinging arms. Jasmine's face paled. For a moment, the usually confident reality star seemed frozen, as if the words hitting her from every side were coming in slow motion. You don't get it, Jasmine, Yandy continued, pointing a finger that trembled with fury. You think your little secrets are safe? They're not. We all know what you did, Rashida gasped, placing a hand over her mouth. Kirk's jaw clenched as he looked between the two women, trying to mediate, trying to stop the inevitable explosion, but it was too late. Yandy, chill, he said, but his voice sounded weak, almost drowned out by the escalating shouting. But Jasmine wasn't done. Oh, so now it's my fault? You think you're perfect? She shot back, her voice cracking, anger and fear mingling. Everyone's ganging up on me because they can't handle the truth, the room erupted. Crew members frantically tried to keep the cameras rolling, capturing every word, every expression. Fans are shocked, and for good reason. What was meant to be a routine photo shoot had turned into a full-blown emotional battlefield. Rashida, never one to stay silent, finally spoke up. Maybe if people stopped lying and manipulating, we wouldn't be here. A pause. Then, like a bomb dropping, another cast member, known for their calm demeanor, whispered to a producer, I can't believe she's saying that. It's going to get worse. That whisper didn't stay private for long. Kirk heard it and immediately confronted them. Worse than this? This is insane already. Meanwhile, Jasmine turned to a corner, shaking. She muttered something inaudible but furious. Yandy's eyes locked onto her. "What did you just say?" she demanded. The tension was so thick, some say you could cut it with a knife. A nearby stylist accidentally dropped a bag of clothes, the crash echoing like a gunshot, but no one noticed. Everyone was too consumed by the war unfolding before them. Then the accusations came. Yandy's voice dropped, sharp and cold. "You lied about the meeting. You said you weren't involved, but I saw the texts. We all saw them, and now we're paying for your lies." Jasmine's face twisted in anger and disbelief. "You're crazy. Those texts were taken out of context," she screamed, throwing her hands up. "You don't know anything about what's going on in my life." Fans are shocked, because this wasn't just your typical fight. This was personal, raw, and it hit every corner of Backstage. The family was left divided. Kirk tried to pull Yandy aside, whispering urgently, "Let's calm down before this gets out of control." But she shook her head, storming past him toward Rashida. "You think you're safe in your little circle?" Yandy said, leaning close, voice low but dripping with venom. "We know everything, and we're not letting it slide." Rashida's eyes narrowed, and she whispered back just loud enough for Yandy to hear, "Try me. I dare you." It was a challenge. And everyone felt it. Even the crew, who had seen it all, admitted Backstage that night was unlike any other. There was an unspoken understanding. Someone was about to cross a line, and nothing would ever be the same. Just when it seemed like it couldn't escalate further, Jasmine pulled out her phone. "I'm going live," she screamed, pressing the button in defiance. Within seconds, thousands of fans were watching, seeing the Backstage chaos unfold in real time. And what they witnessed shocked the world. "You're going to regret this," Yandy said, her voice shaking but determined, as the camera caught every furious glare. "Everyone's going to see the truth. You can't hide anymore." Kirk's voice broke through the tension. "Stop this, all of you. This isn't how we handle things," but it was too late. Emotions had taken over. The Backstage drama that was supposed to be a simple gathering had turned into a battlefield of lies, secrets, and betrayals, one that fans would talk about for weeks. The whispers had started, secret flings, hidden alliances, shocking betrayals that no one expected. And as the night went on, it only got worse. A cast member stormed out in tears, another slammed doors, and the family that viewers thought was inseparable was left divided, confused, and questioning everything. And just when you thought the worst had passed, a shocking revelation came to light. One of the people who appeared to be neutral had been secretly feeding information to a rival, turning friends against each other. The room fell silent as the bombshell hit, every eye turned, every jaw dropped, and for a moment, time seemed to stop. The cameras kept rolling because in love and hip-hop, drama doesn't stop. But backstage, behind closed doors, the war had officially begun. As the bombshell revelation hung in the air, the room seemed to shrink. Every cast member's face betrayed disbelief, shock, and fury all at once. Kirk's hands trembled as he tried to mediate, but it was useless. "We need to sit down and talk," calmly, he said, voice tight, almost pleading. But calmness was the last thing anyone was feeling. "You talk too much," Jasmine shouted, stepping toward him, her phone still recording. "We've been calm for months, and nothing changes. It's time people face the consequences of their actions." Yandy, refusing to back down, squared her shoulders. "Consequences? Oh, you have no idea. We're just getting started. Everyone's going to know the truth. Every lie, every secret, it's all coming out tonight." Fans would have been glued to their screens if they were watching this live. The air backstage was electric, charged with fear, anger, and anticipation. And then, the unthinkable happened. Rashida, usually the voice of reason, slammed her hand on the counter. "Enough," she yelled. "You're all acting like children. We have cameras on us, people are watching, and you're embarrassing yourselves." But even that wasn't enough to calm the storm. Kirk tried to step between Jasmine and Yandy, but Jasmine shoved him lightly. "Don't get in my way," she screamed. "This is between us, Kirk. You don't understand." Tears were streaming down Yandy's face, but her voice remained sharp. "I understand perfectly. I understand that you think you can manipulate everyone and get away with it." Not anymore. At this moment, another cast member, who had been quiet until now, dropped a bombshell of their own. "You think Yandy's the problem? Look in the mirror. Everyone's been pretending like they're innocent." The room froze. No one had seen this coming. "What are you talking about?" Kirk asked cautiously, but the cast member didn't hold back. "I know about the secret meetings, the lies, the deals behind our backs. And it's not just one person, it's multiple people. The truth is out, and I'm done staying silent." The chaos escalated as accusations started flying like missiles. Each person pointed fingers at another, each revelation more shocking than the last. Secrets that were thought to be hidden for good came spilling into the open. Fans watching at home would have been stunned. This wasn't reality TV as usual, this was a war zone. Jasmine, sensing she was being cornered, made a desperate move. She waved her phone. "I'm showing everything," she shouted. The texts, the calls, the videos, everything. Yandy's eyes widened. "You wouldn't dare," she exclaimed, but deep down, everyone knew Jasmine had already crossed that line. The cameras rolled, capturing the chaos, and in an instant, the entire storyline of the season changed. Meanwhile, Kirk tried to restore order, but the family he once thought he knew was crumbling around him. "Listen," he said, his voice strained, "we've got to stop this before it gets completely out of control. We're professionals, we're supposed to represent love and hip-hop. This is madness." But madness was exactly what the night had become. Rashida turned toward Kirk, her face flushed with anger. "Professional? Do you even hear yourselves? We're being lied to every day, Kirk. I'm done being polite." And then came the most shocking moment of the night, a physical confrontation. Jasmine lunged at Yandy, pushing her back. Yandy retaliated, shoving Jasmine away. The crew rushed in, cameras rolling, but the fight had already begun. It was messy, emotional, and chaotic. Fans were left stunned, wondering how friendships could collapse so completely in a matter of minutes. As security separated the two women, whispers started circulating about secret alliances. "Did you see who was standing with Jasmine?" one crew member asked another. "That's not just friendship, that's strategy. People are picking sides." Meanwhile, Kirk tried desperately to mediate, pulling both women into separate corners. "We can talk this out. Calm down," he pleaded, but neither side was listening. Emotions ran high, voices overlapping, and the tension was so thick it could be sliced. Then came another shocking confession from a quiet cast member who had been observing the chaos. "You think you know everything," they said slowly, voice cutting through the noise. "But there's more, much more, and it's going to blow this show wide open." Gasps echoed through the room. Rashida's hand flew to her mouth. Yandy's eyes narrowed. Jasmine's phone fell to the floor. No one knew what this person meant, but the weight of their words sent chills down everyone's spine. And just when it seemed the night couldn't get any worse, a secret romantic betrayal came to light. "I saw the texts between Kirk and," one cast member hesitated, "someone you wouldn't expect." The room went silent. Kirk's face drained of color. Rashida froze. Yandy looked like she wanted to scream. Jasmine, still recording, whispered to herself, "Oh my God. No one's ready for this." The revelation caused a chain reaction. Allegiances shifted, friends turned into enemies, and the family was left fractured. Tears were shed, voices raised, and for the first time, it felt like no one could stop the chaos. The cameras, capturing every second, were documenting what insiders are already calling the most explosive backstage moment in love and hip-hop history. Fans are shocked because what happened next was totally unthinkable. A cast member, previously thought to be loyal to no one, suddenly exposed another long-hidden secret, igniting yet another wave of confrontation. "I can't believe this," Rashida shouted, pacing furiously. "How many lies are we living under?" The room erupted again. This time, even the producers seemed stunned. Someone whispered, "This isn't just drama, this is a full-blown exposé." In the chaos, relationships that had been thought solid crumbled. Friendships were tested, alliances broken, and the dynamics of the cast shifted forever. Each confrontation, each revelation, added layers of complexity and drama, leaving everyone, cast, crew, and fans, wondering what would happen next. Finally, as the night drew on, exhausted and emotionally drained, the cast and crew were left with one undeniable truth: nothing backstage would ever be the same. Secrets had been exposed, betrayals had been revealed, and the family that fans thought they knew was now divided, confused, and forever changed. But one question lingered in the air: would these relationships survive? Or was this the beginning of the end for some of the cast members? Only time would tell, and viewers were already counting down the days to see how it all unfolded on camera. Can you believe what went down backstage? Secrets exposed, friendships shattered, and betrayals that left everyone speechless. Love and hip-hop has officially redefined drama. Now we want to hear from you. Who do you think handled the chaos the best? Who should be held accountable for all the lies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, let us know which moment shocked you the most, and don't forget to hit that like button if this drama had you gasping. Subscribe now for more exclusive backstage stories, shocking confessions, and everything you won't see on TV.